INUYASHA is a classic series of manga and anime that swelled in popularity after being introduced to the lineup of the Cartoon Network. It's fair to say that Adult Swim is mostly responsible for its enormous success within the state. The show switches between several genres, including romance, action, horror, and comedy, so everybody can enjoy something. Although INUYASHA, the final act followed to fully complete the story, the original INUYASHA anime ran for 167 episodes, so it can only be expected to be superior to others for certain chapters. Let's check out the 10 best episodes of the INUYASHA original series, according to IMDb. The events of this episode were a significant part of the first season that eventually prompted the resurrection of Kikyo. A demon named Yurisu stole the remains of the priestess from her grave, along with the soil, in hopes of bringing her back to life. Yurisu wanted Kikyo to do her bidding and find the sacred jewel shards, also referred to as the Shiken Jewel or the Jewel of Four Souls. This also marked the moment where Kagome learned of the troubled past of Kikyo and INUYASHA. Yurisu met Kagome and realized that she was the incarnation of Kikyo, so she snatched the protagonist and told her that she had plans for her. INUYASHA tracked down Kikyo to find out if she was actually giving Naraku the shard of the sacred jewel she had taken from Kagome. She also told him that she would not allow Naraku to kill him after confirming this fact, because INUYASHA's life belonged to her. The titular act occurred when a village was attacked by Naraku's latest incarnation, a demon named Kinshiki. The creature was confronted by INUYASHA, but was not powerful enough to emerge victorious. He lacked velocity and overall strength. With his fangs, Kinshiki broke Tetsuseiga, which triggered the demon transformation of INUYASHA. He was able to easily defeat the monster in this form. INUYASHA was captured by Takajin while in his human form, so that his blood could be used to feed Ninmenka, the demon tree of humans. INUYASHA was helped to escape by Moroku and Shippo, so they could locate Kagome. She was soaked in a bathtub, and the four of them were able to leave the building together. Kagome hit Takajin with a sacred arrow as they departed, which caused his sacred jewel shards to leave his body and instead enter Ninmenka. Takajin ended up being absorbed by Ninmenka, but INUYASHA was able to return to his half-demon self and defeat the pair. This was the original INUYASHA anime's 167th and final episode. Kagura gave a crystal shard to Sesameru and Jaken so they could detect the gem protecting the heart of Naraku. Meanwhile, INUYASHA, Kagome, Moroku, Sango, and Shippo, our team of protagonists, came face to face with Naraku, and conflict ensued before he finally teleported away. INUYASHA almost returned to its full demon form, but to prevent it, Kagome put her own life on the line. She ended up injured and retreated to the village of Keed, where she and Moroku were able to heal their battle wounds. The story ends with INUYASHA declaring that until they defeat him, they will continue to hunt Naraku down. Bakuseno, an ancient tree demon whose boughs were used to craft Tetsuseiga and Tensiga scabbards, was tracked down by Sesameru. Bakuseno revealed that whenever he saw himself in a tight spot, INUYASHA had recourse to his demon half. It was only a matter of time, apparently, before his human soul was totally devoured and he became a savage monster. In the same episode, a moth demon named Gatenmeru was met by INUYASHA and his team. The demon posed as the human leader of a band of bandits. Moroku and INUYASHA were trapped inside a poison cocoon by Gatenmeru, which was separated from his sword. INUYASHA recovered the bodies of his friends from a burning building, assuming all of them were dead. He hated himself completely for letting all his friends die, but Kagome finally woke up. Myoga had it turned out, sucked the poison out of the bodies of everybody, and it ended up saving their lives. INUYASHA turned away at this point and shed some tears, which shocked the whole group. Koga also made an appearance for letting Kagome get hurt, showing up to berate the titular character. Kikyo met a doctor named Sakatsu, who had a split personality and doubled as a bloodthirsty killer. While this was happening, Inuyasha and his crew have heard tales of ascetics or orphans trained to be demon hunters by Goryomaru. A group of these kids appeared from nowhere, so they were followed back to their temple by the team. Hordes of demons, however, suddenly attacked, and everyone had to work together to fend off them. Goryomaru offered shelter for the night to Inuyasha and his crew after the dust settled. Kagura took control of the demons around the temple and ordered them to attack. The peace didn't last for long. She thought that the infant, the seventh incarnation of Naraku, was hidden somewhere inside the place. Lo and behold, at the end of the episode, Naraku appeared, but let Kagura live so that she could lure Inuyasha into a trap. Nezuna, who was being chased by the demon spiderheads, was rescued by Inuyasha, Kagome, and Shippo and stayed with her for the night. That same night, they were attacked, but Inuyasha could not help them. Surprisingly, he became fully human, and his sword wasn't going to change, which meant he couldn't fight the spiderheads. His foxfire was used by Shippo to buy everyone some time to flee to the forest. As it turned out, during a particular circumstance, which was a common stipulation for half-demons, Inuyasha would lose its powers. In his case, during the new moon, he would become entirely human. Instead of silver, his human form had black hair. Ritsu was able to resurrect Kikyo successfully with the use of Kagome's soul after the events of the preceding episode. The first action taken by Kikyo involved killing the very demon that brought her back. Afterwards, she confronted Inuyasha and asked why he was still alive. He answered by asking why he had been betrayed by her. Kikyo proceeded with an arrow to shoot him in the chest, and his scream woke Kagome up. Kagome tried to call the Kikyo souls to her, but the latter refused to cooperate. She fell off a cliff and vanished into the fog. Afterward, the history between him and Kikyo, including the reason behind their failed relationship, was detailed by Inuyasha. This episode was essentially the life story of Kikyo as told by Kid. We have seen the moment when the priestess received from demon hunters the Jewel of Four Souls, which then triggered a retaliation from a horde of demons. We also witnessed a moment when Kikyo first encountered an Inuyasha with black hair. Inuyasha tried to goad Kikyo into giving him the sacred jewel, but she chose to let him live instead of killing him for being a demon. The couple drew closer and ended up falling in love. She created the subjugation necklace seen on Inuyasha throughout the series, but she decided not to use it.